Hey there, superstars. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And I'm coming to you with another message again, right before I'm running out the door. I'm loving getting up and making this happen, and just got off a brilliant coaching session with one of my amazing clients and friends. And I'm pumped up and I'm ready to deliver this message before I go off and venture into another session of F45. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep just backing this up, but I'm going for it. So today's message is another question that I want to give you, and it's a question that I've actually just from my coach, one of my coaches who I connected with yesterday, gave me a little practice to do in my world that's really going to support me to the next level of my growth. I wanted to share it with you guys in the hope that for you guys out there, if you give it a go, it may very well help you also reach the next level of your potential. So what my practice is that my coach gave me is it's a self-inquiry, and it's a practice that I'm going to engage in each and every day. And that's what the question is all about. So the question, today's topic is, what are the ways in which you deceive yourself? So how I'm using this, and I'm going to unpack why it's of value, I'm going to use it as a self-inquiry reflection every day, and I'm going to ask myself, what are the ways in which I'm deceiving myself? How am I deceiving myself? What am I lying to myself about? And the reason that this has all been sparked, if you guys read my post that I put out last night, Aussie time, so the last post on my page, you can go check it out. I did a pretty long written post, which I actually wrote a little while ago, but and I've kind of tweaked it to a little bit updated. But at the end of the day, I spoke about the Enneagram and what type I am in the Enneagram, and how discovering that has been so powerful, and just to get to a new level of self-reflection and consciousness around my patterns, my fixations, my fears, my insecurities, all that dark stuff that we don't really want to look in the shadows, but if we do, we become empowered by, because we can make a choice and a change to what pattern has been dictating and determining the course of our lives. Anyway, long story short, my particular type in the Enneagram, we all have kind of a virtue and a vice, and the vice of my type is self-deception, all right? And it's to the point where you're so good at deceiving yourself that you have no idea that you're doing it, right? And so that's why for my particular type, this level of self-inquiry about what are the ways in which I'm deceiving myself are really valuable. But basically, how it's been playing out for me and limiting my potential more recently, I'll give you a little bit of a snippet out of my coaching session yesterday. So I was with my coach. We've only really just begun this coaching journey, so it's only like the second time we're really diving into this work. But in our first session, we kind of got clear on, what is it that I wanted to really focus on in terms of, what's the coaching topic, right? And so I'm just trying to find it here. Yeah, so what happened was I expressed what the coaching topic was, what I'm really looking to do. And really what I want is that freedom to tap into my true experience in service of being a role model of authenticity and unconditional love. Right? And as I was saying these words, and they're deeply felt, they're really thought through. That's what I really ultimately want, right? That freedom to tap into my true experience in service of being a role model for authenticity and unconditional love. That was it, right? And when I said and expressed those words to him, and then after I said it, I went straight into something else, right? And he said, can you just stop there? I just want to reflect something to you. When you started saying that coaching topic, what you're really wanting out of our coaching, you had this spark, I could see your heart and soul was in it, but instantly it was then gone. He's like, what was that about? And I was like, well, that's kind of crazy that he could just pick that up, because in what happened for me as I spoke it out was this, as I was speaking the words, I was like, oh, too idealistic. Like, do I have enough value to be able to do that? All these fears and insecurities just like cut that topic down and then I just moved on, right? And I lost that spark. And that is a key way that I've been deceiving myself. And we went through a whole session, which was, really diving into, what is that deceiving about, and ultimately finding that it's really comes down to self-protection, right? Like, we deceive ourselves. We're like, oh no, you can't move forward on that. Like, that's not, that's not going to work, right? And why we go into that self-deception is, if you really look underneath it, there's always a positive intent, okay? So the positive intent for me deceiving myself into, oh no, but you can't do that, like, and getting myself off path but it was a self-protection. That deceiving part of myself wanted myself to be safe. It was like, well, what if I get rejected? Or what if I'm ridiculed? What if I try and fail and I don't succeed, and then people are just like, yeah, see, what is this coaching crap that Vanessa does? What is this, this thing that she talks about? Like, who cares? It's so woo-woo or whatever, right? And so that's deceiving part of myself that was cutting me away from tapping into my inspiration and getting into my creation. I've got so much like that I've been holding on to in my heart, and like been planning but not getting it out there. That whole deception piece that I was unconscious to was really trying to protect me from, that rejection or ridicule or failure or whatever. But when we shine light on how we're deceiving ourselves and playing small, we're at choice point. We get to take a meta perspective on, is that working? Is that strategy actually creating the life that you want, the results that you want, right? And so ultimately, I was able to look at that and go, hell no. Like, if I continue to allow my self-deceit and cutting down of what I'm inspired by, it's taking me towards a life filled with regrets. And what I'm after is a life filled with fulfillment, right? No regrets, living fully, living authentically, giving life all that I have to offer. And so when I could see that, now I can start to unpack it. But at the end of the day, I've got to go to town personally with self-inquiry on what are the ways in which I'm deceiving myself. And I'm telling you, even if you're not my particular type in the Enneagram, right? It doesn't matter. The Enneagram or any personality psychology framework is really about not who you are. It's about the patterns of behavior that you're fixated on as a strategy to get love. And we all have them, okay? And so when we understand and identify what those patterns are, we put ourselves at choice point to make a shift and a change, and to go, you know what? That strategy ain't working. What's a conscious strategy that I can get out of living my life by default and going down a path that I actually won't want, and I can start designing my life in the direction that I actually do want. Okay, so I'm hoping that me sharing this with you, just a snippet out of my coaching yesterday, will be of value to you, and I challenge you to come on this journey with me. I'm going to be doing this each and every day. I'm just going to sit with myself, even if it's for like 5 minutes. I'm just going to really contemplate, and I'm going to ask myself, what are the ways in which I'm deceiving myself? Is it that you're not expressing your true emotion? Like, maybe you're just people pleasing. Maybe you're walking on eggshells. Like, what is that? Maybe, you're not happy, but you're not expressing that. You don't like the way that your life is, but you're pretending like it's okay. Or you're pretending like the job that you go to is great. Or you're pretending like your relationship is just great. Or the other way around. Maybe you're deceiving yourself in the opposite direction and you're seeing things way worse than they actually are. I challenge you to really take this time to inquire within yourself about the ways in which you're deceiving yourself. Promise you, the outcome will be super empowering. Okay, so I'll be sharing more as I come up with it, and I'm on this self-inquiry journey. And I hope you come along with me, and I definitely want to check in with you guys. So drop me a comment, let me know where in the world you're tuning in from, and I can't wait to check in with you guys. If you've got any words of wisdom, that would be amazing as well. So who have I got? I've got Damien and Loki and Damien, good morning to you, and Kenny and Judy and Angie and Giannis. Hello, have a nice day. Same to you, my friend. And thanks for reminding me of your name, because I cannot read Greek, but I love it. And so good to see you. And Vince and Jeannie, awesome. And Christopher, that is a great question, and I struggle with that all the time. Christopher, I love that you are owning that, and I'm grateful that that was a great question for you as well. Has the power, again, questions have the power to be revolutionary in your life. You know, if you ask yourself the right questions, you're going to generate answers that are going to direct the course of your life towards, something more empowering, something that you've actually chosen rather than just slipped into. So I love that, Christopher, and I hope you're going to join this journey with me. And Chulapong's back. Yeah, awesome. And Samuel, interesting, self-deception. Yeah. And if you're really good at it, like type 3s in the Enneagram, like myself, you're maybe going to need somebody outside of yourself to be able to reflect to you what's going on. That's one of the reasons why I have coaches in my life, and grateful for them, because they do kind of wake me up to my own self-deception, and we're all doing it to some degree, so yeah, try this question on. I love it, Samuel. And Carl's here as well, and Edgar, sending love from Chihuahua, Mexico. Great to see you again, Edgar, and always sending love back your way. And Adrian's here, and Eunice, and Samuel, is that childhood programming for you? Yeah, so basically the Enneagram, it is actually a 3-part series that I've dived into in our inner circle community with the Limitless Potential. If you do want access to this training and you really want to go to town with this framework, it will completely change your life and wake you up. It'll fast track your success and your growth and your fulfillment. So if you want access to that, I'll put a link or let me know, reach out to me. But ultimately, Enneagram, we all fall in the spectrum of one of these 9 points on what's called the Enneagram. And basically, they are born in our childhood. There's a fixation. There is a strategy that we decided we were going to use in order to gain love, acceptance, approval, belonging in our families. So for the 3, my type, we kind of grew up getting love and approval for what we did, the progress, the action, the achievement, the success. And so that's our strategy for getting love, or at least it is the fixation until you become conscious of it and start making some shifts and changes. But there's, totally different personality types. But yes, very related to childhood programming, absolutely. And Marnie's here as well. And Edgar, it takes courage to be authentic with yourself, allowing yourself to be the real you, face your fear and understand them in order to heal your rooted wounds. Such true and wise words there, Edgar. So appreciated. Absolutely takes courage. We can pretend, right, to the outside world, but there's always going to be that deeper inner knowing of, what's actually true and where we're actually, something's out of alignment. And even if you're not totally conscious of why you feel so weird inside or icky inside or just out of balance, that's what it comes down to. So one of the most empowering journeys, if not the most empowering journey, is to go within and to get authentic and to get aligned. So you're living from the inside out, and you're not living to the expectations of others or the shoulds that you place upon yourself, but you're actually tapping into that deeper meaning and creating fulfillment in the direction of where you're taking your life. So I love that, Edgar. Thank you so much for sharing and being here. And Eduardo's here, and Alan's here, and Ramon, and Alan from Memphis, Tennessee. I love it, in the USA. I'm actually going to be in the US this coming Monday. So I'll be there for a week. I'll be in Los Angeles, be at Disneyland. I'm going to a conference. So only going to be there for a week this trip, but I love every time I get to go to the US. So awesome to have you guys here, and thanks Alan, great to see you. And San, hey Vanessa, good stuff, loving that this is resonating with you, my friend, thanks for showing up. And Rich is here, and Samuel, great words, loving that this is resonating with you too. And Adrian, that's so interesting, it's sometimes hard to realize yourself when you just want to protect yourself. Definitely something to keep working on. Thank you for sharing, Vanessa. Awesome. I love that that hit home for you, Adrian. That was interesting to you. You know, we've got to live our lives being authentic. You know, all else is a fallacy. If you are not being authentically you, true to who you are, who the hell are you? You know, like, who are you living your life for? And I guarantee you, when you go down that path of a life of inauthenticity, then you're taking yourself away from the potentiality, the possibility, and the fulfillment that is available to you. So make sure that you are on a self-inquiry, self-reflective journey daily. And this question may just be your starting point. So remember, ask yourself, you know, what are the ways in which I'm deceiving myself? And really let those answers come forth. Challenges out there for you guys. I'm taking it. Hope to take you on this journey with me and hear from you guys along that journey. But I do have to run off. So as always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has absolutely served you. I so appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining live and contributing and connecting. So much love for each and every one of you guys. And I can see Serena's joined, and Dave, hi Vanessa, Dave from the UK, love it, love the UK. And thanks for showing up. And Tony is here as well. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you guys who are just tuning in now are going to catch the recording, get a ton of value from today's message. If you're not currently part of the Limitless Potential community, the free community is the links up above. Make sure you join us. Over 4,500 brilliant human beings from all corners of the globe in that community, accessing their potential, and want to support, challenge, and encourage you to do the same. All right, so I hope you'll join us in there. I'm sending you guys all of my love. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.